and the things that we agreed, the points that we agreed with the article, and some of the points that we sort of disagreed with. So we talked about those, and then we had a little mini review. Here is a nice grammar review where we talked about a few different tenses, the present simple and past simple, and also we talked about the continuous and the present perfect simple, how to make questions. We talked a little bit about, I think the only new thing maybe was, was subject questions. How do we make subject questions? What's the point of subject questions? And we also talked about why subject questions don't have an auxiliary verb, and they are formed in a way similar to positive sentences. We also talked about the word whereabouts, and it's a bit of a British expression. You can just say where, and you don't need to use it. So in today's lesson, we will talk about in vocabulary, we'll talk about likes and dislikes, and then we'll talk about in grammar, we will talk a bit about verb forms, how to make positive and negative verb forms, and a few words and phrases. Okay, so here, love it or hate it. So so it looks like it's an interesting lesson. So let's see it. Why is it next to each other? Strange. Let's see. I think it has the 2-page display. That's why. Okay, now it's better. Okay. So let's start with the first exercise. Here we're going to start with a bit of vocab. Switch the camera. Okay. A bit of vocab. Here it says likes and dislikes. We want to match the phrases that we have in the box with these three groups. So you can say that you love or like something. So if you really love something or if you like something, you're going to put the phrases in number 1. If something is okay, it's not bad, it's not good, it's okay, we can use the phrases in the box to match this it's okay sort of level of like or dislike. And then the lowest is when you don't like something. So we have different phrases. And you can already see that the focus here is more on kind of informal expressions, sort of, they're trying to teach you how a normal, regular British person would describe or would talk about the things they really love, the things which are okay, and the things they don't like. And there are more than, of course, there's more than one way. And I think, I don't know if you've noticed this, but it seems that what they do as the level progresses, as each time the level gets higher and higher, what they do is the same thing with more details. Because in elementary A, if you see the book that the guys in elementary A study, they have I like and I dislike and I love and I hate. So we already know how to say these things. But the trick is to make it more and more detailed, give it more flavor, make it sound more like something a native would say. This is I think the focus as the levels improve or get more advanced. Okay, so it's not a very difficult exercise. I think it's quite easy. So all we need to do is just say 1, 2, 3. That's all we need to do. So you can already see here that I really love, this of course would be the first group. I really hate, obviously, this is from the last group. Now, let's see the rest of them. Tell me what you think about the other ones.
The other one, number 3, I don't like at all, something at all. Number 3.
All right, okay, I agree.
Yeah. I can't stand number 3 حتى هي.
All right, okay.
I'm really, very, I'm very interested in number 1.
Okay, it's something that you love or like.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think something is all right. Number 2.
Yeah, it's sort of in the middle. You're not crazy about it, but it's okay.
All right. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Really gets on my nervous. Number 3.
Okay. Yeah. So let's say, for example, someone who really hates traffic would say, "Traffic really gets on my nerves." So
Yeah.
this is an expression, yeah, an expression of hate.
Yeah.
Okay, so I agree with you.
Drive me mad or something.
Exactly, yes.
Yeah. I can't bear number 3.
That's also correct.
The same I can't stand.
Yes.
I really enjoy number 1.
All right, yes.
I don't mind number 2.
Mm-hmm. So
I'm
something
not
in the middle.
Yeah, I'm not very keen on maybe number 2.
I agree, yes. I'm not very keen on. I'm not sure, actually, to be honest. I think it's maybe 2, maybe 3, but it looks like 2 more than 3.
Yeah, like 2, number 2, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not very keen on.
Not very keen. Number 2, it's
okay. It's not very good,
there's
but
no certainty to hate something or not keen on.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm very quite keen on number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Really drives me crazy. Number 3.
All right.
I think is our great, brilliant, wonderful. Number 1.
Uh-huh.
I think is our awful, terrible,
Dreadful.
Dreadful. Number 2.
Is it a new word, dreadful?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. Actually, it's the same as the 2 next to it.
Awful.
Yeah, and terrible. Dreadful.
Awful.
Yeah. And dread, I dread something is to be when you're really afraid of something, you dread it, you hate it. It's a mix of fear and hate. Dread.
Like awful.
Yeah, it's like in a way it's like awful. Yes.
Yeah.
Horrible, awful, terrible, dreadful. They're synonyms. So dreadful is like that. Let's see if all of them are correct, just for fun. Let's check. Maybe. Let's see if any of these are different. Okay, let's check. So 129. This is 129. 129, right?
Yeah.
127, I think. Not 129. It's my mistake.
I'm not sure. I didn't.
Yeah, it was 127. Here it is.
Okay.
Let's look for the one that we weren't very sure of. The one when we said I'm not very keen on, we weren't sure if this was when something was okay or if this is something you don't like. It's actually with the third group, group 3. Yeah, if you don't like something.
Say I'm not keen on. Would you like some? When somebody asks you, would you like some? For example, orange juice or a cup of
coffee.
You can say coffee when you say I'm not keen on. So you don't hate it, but you don't prefer to. It's not your favorite.
Yeah, usually. But if you do this to a British person and someone invites you to coffee and you say I'm not really keen on coffee, they will understand you don't drink coffee. You're not a coffee person. So they will understand. They will understand it like a no, that this is something you don't do. But it is a bit softer in conversation. Maybe it's a little more polite to say, especially in the UK, to say I'm not very keen on coffee instead of I don't like coffee or I can't stand coffee. I can't stand and I can't bear. They feel stronger in hate, I think, than saying I'm not very keen on. Yeah. So I sort of disagree. Sort of agree with you. It's not a very hard disagreement when you use I'm not.
Yeah.
You're not
That's clear.
you're not disagreeing in a rough or a tough way. But keep in mind that keen is a very British sort of expression. Keen and fancy, when you say I fancy going out, this is very British, the same thing as keen. I'm not very keen on going out. The Americans almost don't use these two expressions. They don't say I fancy going out, because the British, they still use this, meaning like I want to go out. Or if someone wants to invite you to a cup of coffee, for a cup of coffee, they'll say, fancy a cup of coffee, fancy. They sometimes use this in the UK, but not so much in the US. Okay, let's see if there are any tips. I can't stand and I can't bear. So, okay, we know this. It means hate, I hate. Great, brilliant, and wonderful all mean very good. Awful, terrible, and dreadful all mean very bad. Okay, so we also know this. We can use pronouns, nouns, or verb plus ing with the phrases for likes and dislikes. I really love it. I can't stand football. Waiting in queues really drives me mad. So they're just giving you a tip here. It's a nice one, the last one, on how to use these expressions. You can use them with the pronoun, with it. I really love it. I really hate it. Of course, the it here, the listener should already know what you're talking about, of course. Or you can just use the noun. I really love, for example, chocolate. I really hate traffic. I can't stand traffic, for example. You can even use it with an ing expression. So waiting in queues, standing in line, for example, going to school. Really drives me crazy. Or I think going to school is awful. Or for example, I'm really keen on going on holiday, right? So here you can do it in 3 different ways. Use a pronoun, use a noun, or just use the expression with ing. So you can do it in any of these ways to convey the meaning of something you really like or you really hate, or something which is just sort of okay. All right, so we can go back, I think. So this was a bit of an intro. Oops, I think we need to go a little more back. Okay, so now let's check the next exercise. Here we have the one we have here. Where is this? No, not this one. Okay, so here in number 2, it says, decide how you feel about these things. Use a different phrase from number 1 for each thing. Okay, so this is a nice little speaking exercise. So they want you to express your feelings, how you really feel about these things. And you can be colorful. You can use a different one each time. And let's try to avoid, I'm going to cross out the common ones so we don't use them, because we already know how to use the common ones. So this way, we don't want to use I really love. We don't want to use I really hate. And the rest are okay. We can use the rest, okay? Because the rest are more interesting. Okay, so go ahead now. You can talk about these things in the list, and you can express how you feel about them.
Okay, watching sports on TV. I'm not really keen on watching some kind of programs, sports on TV especially. Buying new shoes. I think it's wonderful to buy new shoes.
Yes. I like buying shoes too, actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Waiting in what quiz? How can I
queues?
spell it? Queues.
Do you know what it means, queues? To wait in a queue.
No, it's a new word.
All right. So a queue.
It's like line or.
It's a line. Exactly. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Queues.
A queue is a line. So queues means lines.
Okay. Waiting in queues, it's kind of boring and I can't stand waiting in queues. Getting up early. Well, I think it's right. It's all right.
Okay.
No problem getting up early. Wasn't
Mhm.
big deal. Okay, cooking. I like cooking. Yeah.
All right.
This is
Let's use
my
another
hobby.
expression instead of just like.
Uh,
Use another colorful way to describe your feelings.
Okay, I can. I think it's wonderful to cook for such a delicious meal for your family or your friends, or yeah, it's really interesting for me.
All right. So this means you can say, I think cooking is great, or I think cooking
It's great,
is wonderful.
Wonderful, yeah.
Mhm.
Doing the washing up. I think it's awful.
Yeah.
It's awful, yeah. And taking a lot of time and boring and repetitive. Oh, it's awful.
I agree.
Going
Yes.
to weddings. Okay, I can't say I hate going to weddings, but I'm not really interested in, because long procedure to go
Okay.
to wedding here. Okay,
Yeah.
and tidying up the house or flat. Yeah, it's not bad. It's all right for me. Tidying up the house or flat is,
It's all right.
yeah, it's all right. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So these are just a few nice ways of using here using expressions to talk about how much you love or how much you hate something. Okay, so here we have the reading section. It says read the comments on the internet forum. So it looks like a forum here. So a forum is a bit like maybe like a bit like a blog, I guess. Yeah, it's a bit like a blog, but with people, different people discussing things they love or things they hate. So so here we're going to read how these people feel about certain things, and after that, here it says because they want us. It's actually answers, but I think we can remove them. It says, then fill in the gaps 1 to 4. So we have 4 gaps with things in photos A to D. Do the people love or hate these things? Where are the photos? Let's see the photos first. So we have photo. Where is photo A? I'm looking for A. Okay, so this is photo A. Photo A is the airplane flying. This is photo A. Now photo B, let's check it before we do the reading. Photo B, it's a phoning call center. So phoning call centers. C is commuting. Do you know this verb, to commute?
No,
All
it's
right.
new.
Commute. Yeah. Commute is your daily trip to work and back home. So the trip you take every day to go to work and come back home, this is called commuting to work. Yeah. And then we have reality TV programs. Do you know reality TV?
TV that
By the way, it's different from documentaries. It's not the same thing.
It's not documentary. It's they podcast a real people. real life of ordinary people.
That's
Am I
correct.
right?
You're right, yes. But they make it into a show, a bit like, for example, do you know the Kardashians? There's a
Yeah.
reality show where they, in their daily life at home,
Yeah.
and they fight and they buy things and blah blah. Right? This is reality TV. They call
Yeah.
it reality TV. All right. So now we saw the four photos, 4 pictures here. So so our first job is to fill in the gaps 1 to 4 with things in the photos. So this means we have to guess what they're talking about. But first of all, I think we need to cover maybe the answers. I think
It's already answered.
yes, but we can, I think I can cover it. All right. Okay, so let's see. So let's start with the first one, or let's start with the third one. I really hate. What do you think the person here, number 3, is talking about? Here we have Marcella.
I really hate the trains are always really crowded and then okay, I'll read it. Truly and answer crowded. I think commuting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Can you finish the rest of what she's saying, because I think maybe there is questions about the rest of this in the next exercise. But I agree with you. I think it's commuting, so we can write commuting.
I could really have a coach or train and. Okay.
Okay, so this is the third paragraph. What about paragraph 1? Of course, you can read all. You don't have to answer directly. I mean, you can read the other ones,
Okay.
so you can know.
Something. I read the word Q in somewhere. I can't remember. Can I see the photos again?
Sure. Yes, let's go to the photos.
Okay, please go back to the paragraph, please.
Okay.
Okay. Drive me crazy. You have to listen to our what? While you're with phoning center.
Yes, phoning center. Yes. So this is like the phone hotline for companies. If you have a problem with your computer or a problem with something you bought, like customer service, right?
Yeah.
So this is what I think he's talking about. All right, so let's write it. So phoning call centers. So this is the thing that Michael really hates. Okay, so let's write it. Let's move this. Phone call centers. All right.
The number 2 is real TV.
Yes, reality TV shows, right?
Reality TV shows, yeah.
Yeah, so reality TV. Reality TV shows.
The last one is the last photos. It's clear.
And what's the last photo? Can you remember the last photo?
Airplane تقريبا or something.
Yeah, flying. He was talking about flying.
Yeah, flying.
All right, but check the rest of the expressions because, sorry, because here I'm sure there's a question about the rest of it. So, I think we finished the first part here, but we might need to answer a few more exercises. But let's see, just in case. Let's see the next exercise, what it says, so we can go back to
here in the last paragraph. There is the sentence in yellow. There are no traffic jams. What's the meaning of jams here? Traffic jams.
Because usually in English, when they talk about traffic, they usually say there's a traffic jam. So it means the cars are jammed. The roads are jammed with cars. So a jam is when something is stuck. So for example, if you're trying to open the door and it doesn't want to open, it's not locked. I mean, it's not locked.
There's no room.
Maybe there's something behind the door, or maybe there's something stuck in in some place. Maybe there's something under the doors, a piece of wood. Maybe it's jamming. It's jamming the door, so you can't move it. It doesn't want to open. So to jam something is to make it get stuck. So usually, so this is a collocation. Traffic jam. It's a collocation. It's usually together. So you can say there's lots of traffic if you want to use traffic as an uncountable noun, because traffic is uncountable. You can't say there are two traffics. No. But with the word jam, now it becomes countable. So you can say there are two traffic jams in this in Tripoli today. There are two major traffic jams. You get the idea? So here jam is a bit like you're making it countable. You're not speaking generally. So when you say there are no traffic jams, it means there's no traffic. It's the same. The meaning is the same. But a jam here, we don't mean the jam you have in breakfast. Here we mean the roads are stuck with traffic. They're jammed with traffic. This is the idea. So this way it becomes countable. It's like advice. I need some advice. So advice is uncountable. But if you want to give it a unit, we say piece of advice. Let me give you a piece of advice. Or let me give you some advice. But you can't use advice in a countable way on its own. So you cannot say, I cannot say, I'll give you a advice or an advice. It doesn't make sense. I have to say, I can give you some advice, uncountable, or I can say, I can give you a piece of advice. So it's just the unit they use for it. But you don't have to use it. You just use traffic in an uncountable way. I hate traffic. I can't stand traffic.
Traffic jam, like when you say a traffic point.
Yes, this is the place where there's lots of traffic. A traffic point. A traffic point, yes. But they don't say point. That's not the right collocation. They say jam. A traffic jam. So in the on the phone, if you're stuck and someone is talking to you, what's happening? Why are you late? You can say, I'm stuck in traffic. Fine. You can say, I'm stuck in a traffic jam. So if you want to use a, and if you want to make it countable, you can use the word jam. All right, so let's check the next exercise. Go ahead. Do you have a question?
No, thank you.
You were saying so.
let's continue. I'll
Okay.
say-
All right. So here, let's check the next text. Okay, good. So we can go back and read it again. So it says, read the comments on the internet forum again. This time, we are going to answer true or false. Okay, so let me just wipe the answers very quickly. Okay, oops. This is not the right pen. This one. And this one. All right. So let's start with the first one. Michael doesn't mind talking to call centers. Is this true? Is it false? What do you think? What did he say about call centers?
I don't think Michelle or Michael
Michael.
doesn't mind talking to call. No, he hate. No, he hate.
Yeah, he hates calling call centers.
You can't say doesn't mind. Yeah, it's false.
All right, so this is false.
Number 2, he thinks call centers usually solve your problem. No, he thinks that you can repeat all the process from scratch because sometimes they cannot solve your problem because of the delay in.
Yeah, that's right.
calls.
Yes, he talked about the delay, and he said even when your call reaches, they don't solve your problem at the end. All right.
Corina, the sister, can't bear reality TV programs. I guess it's true. I'm not sure, but it's true because I remember that I read something like this.
Yeah, it's true. They don't like. She's the only one who likes them. Her sisters. Don't like it.
Corina doesn't like programs with celebrities. No, she does.
All right, so she does.
Marcella had a difficult journey home yesterday. It's true.
Yeah, she was complaining.
Yeah. She enjoys listening to other people. No, she hated that. No, she hated that. She disliked. She think that embarrassing.
Yeah.
Hassan's wife isn't keen on flying. Unfortunately, I didn't read this for.
Yeah. I'll take you back. Here it is.
I would like that. Thank you.
It's in the bottom, yes.
Yeah, in the bottom, yeah. Yeah, okay.
Let's go back.
The questions now. I think the answer is Hassan's wife isn't keen on flying. Yes, it's true. Hassan often watches films when he is at home. No, it's false. can't because she hasn't time. She has not time to watch.
He or his wife?
He.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
All right.
it's cool.
Okay, so that's correct. So this was a little story about these four people telling us about what they really like and hate. Now in this part, we're going to do a little bit of verb forms. So it says here, positive and negative verb forms, words and phrases. Okay, it says look at the comments on the internet forum again, match the phrases in blue to these verb forms. So they just want you to find the verb tenses. So this is a bit of a grammar revision again. This part I think is easy. So we need to find something that's present simple, something that's present continuous, something that's present perfect simple, past simple, and we should find, it says, which of these are in the negative. So let's go to the article again. I think we can make both pages appear next to each other. So let's try this with the page display. I think this time we can make them both appear next to each other. Okay, very nice. So we can. So here we are. Oops, let's go a little back up. Okay, so now we have the whole thing. So what we want, the first thing is to look for something present simple. Where's the present simple? Only pay attention to the blue sentences now. To the blue phrases.
You don't want the first form.
So this is present simple, right?
Yeah. And then the second one, I know.
Okay, also present simple.
Yeah. Okay, that's it. That's all in the book.
Yeah, but you need to find all of them: present simple, present continuous, present perfect simple, and past simple.
Okay.
We have four different
tense.
Yeah, four tenses.
Okay. You're waiting is present continuous. Okay. You don't want present simple. I know present simple. I have seen present perfect. I didn't get that fast. I don't think that's right. I don't think it's present simple. I don't think, again, it's present simple.
Where's I don't think?
In yellow.
No, only look for the blue ones.
For the blue, okay. He hasn't flown. Present perfect. I'm not feeling present continuous.
What about I waited and I didn't get?
I waited. Past simple. I didn't get past simple.
All right, so yes. So here we have 8 different phrases. So in 4 different tenses, 4 of them are in the positive and 4 of them are in the negative. Now here in part B, it says, look at Marcella's comment again. Find the negative forms of these sentences. Which verb do we usually make negative? That's interesting. So here they want us to look at, where's Marcella's comment? I don't think that's right. So here what they want us to do, which verb do we, and the other one, I don't think I could do that. All right. So if you notice the sentences in yellow, Marcella's comments here in yellow, what they did in exercise B here, they reversed them. So they made these sentences into negative. Because in the text you have them in negative, so we changed them in this sentence, we made them opposite. We made them positive, right? So now in the question it says I think that's right. In the text it says I don't think that's right. And then in the question it says I think I could do that. And in the text it says I don't think. Yeah. So what they want you to answer now, the question they have for you is, which verb do we usually make negative? Which verb do we usually make negative?
What do you mean with verb? What they mean with verb?
Here, what they mean is because
there's already there's one verb. I just see one verb.
Think, correct.
Yeah.
So they're asking you, how did we make it into negative? What did we do to make it negative? To make think negative?
In the ordinary way, just as any present simple sentence, I don't.
Exactly, yes. Just the auxiliary. The auxiliary don't.
Yeah, just the auxiliary, yeah.
Yes, that's all. That's
or does. Do, does not, do not, or
exactly. That's what they want to know. They just want to know.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. All right, now in part C it says, look at Hassan's comment. Now here it's a bit different, a little bit different. So it says, look at Hassan's comment. Find another way to say these phrases. Which word can we use instead of not a and not any, with there is and there are? Okay, so what they want you to do here with Hassan's comment is, they want you to say it in another way, okay? I just want to make sure that this is not the answer. Okay, it's not the answer. So what they want here is, they want you to say it in another way. If you check the article, it says there are no traffic jams, right?
Okay.
But in the question here, it says there aren't any traffic jams. Do you think there's another way to say it? If I'm not mistaken, these are... Is this the answer? Because it looks like the answer. No, it's not the answer.
No.
Okay, the question is a little stupid, but let's see exactly what they want. So they want you to say the phrases that Hassan said, because Hassan said there are no traffic jams. So they just want you to say it in another way. There aren't any traffic jams. I think it's already answered.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because this is the other way. Instead
the
of
other
saying...
way. There's not any other way instead of...
Yeah, let's think. Is there a third way? There are no traffic jams. There aren't any traffic jams. And with instead of not an any, with there is, there are. But they also want you to use there is, and they want you to use there are. So there are no traffic jams. There aren't any traffic jams. I don't think there's another way. You can do it in one of these two ways. You can either say there are no traffic jams, or you can say there aren't any traffic jams. This is if you want to use there is, and if you want to start with there is and there are, of course.
Yeah.
And the same thing here. There's no better way to travel, and there isn't. There's not a better way to travel. I think if you want to use not, you have to say there is not
any.
Yeah, there isn't any better way. There isn't any better way. But here, because it's countable.
The way to travel.
There isn't a better way to travel. There's no better way to travel. That's it, I think. Because it looks like the answer here. So there isn't another way to answer this question. It's a bit weird. Look at, find another way. Which word can we use instead of? Yeah, it's answered. Maybe they just want you to look at the example, so you can do it in the next one. Okay, so in the next one, let's just very quickly remove the answers. Not this one. Okay. Okay, I think this is sort of easy, this question.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit of a revision. It's not really much new here. So it's just, they're just telling you, give us the opposite of these words. So love, hate, and here, of course, we're talking about the pink words. Okay, so let's do this. So we have love and we have hate is the opposite. Always, what's the opposite?
Always, opposite, rarely.
But always means 100% of the time, right?
None.
I think for none, maybe all is better, right?
Always. Ever.
Never.
Never. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Never, yeah.
So I think never is probably the best word here.
Yeah, never.
And the other one is also answered. Usually, if you want to give the opposite of usually, you'll say hardly ever. And hardly ever is like rarely. It's the same.
Yeah. Rarely.
But what about everyone?
No one.
Okay, so no one. But of course, with no one, you have to write it with a space. So it should be no one. It shouldn't be one word.
Yeah. Compound.
What about all?
None.
Yes, none. So none. And both?
One.
Yes. One or one of them usually. All right, so these are just, it's just a quick revision, a little revision exercise. So it actually says with both, so let's go back up. With both, neither is the right word. So because if you say both items, it means you want item A and item B. But if yeah, the two of them. But if someone asks you, do you want A and B, and you answer neither.
Neither. Yeah.
You don't want A, you don't want B, you don't want either of them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So let's see if there's any new tips here in page 128, because the exercise is a little strange. I'm still not sure if this is the answer or if it's from the book. It looks like it's from the book, but it makes no sense to give the answer right after asking about it. So it's a bit weird. So let's just go and check the exercise here. Let's see what they have. Let's change the page display so we can see it this way, and let's check. 129 we want. This is 128. This is 129. Which page did we want? 120. Here it is. Okay, so positive and negative verb forms. So the first part, of course, is all easy. We just did that. I don't think there is, there are. I don't think. All right.
I think it's the same. Nothing new.
Yeah, there's nothing new. There aren't any, there isn't any. We can say don't always. Here, this is a little extra tip. It's not new, but it's useful, I think. So if you don't want to use never or hardly ever, you can use I don't always go out. I don't usually go out. I don't often eat chocolate. So you can just use the negative don't in front of the adverb of frequency. But you can't do this for sometimes or hardly ever and never. You can't do this. You can only do it for the first three. For always, you can do it for usually and for often. All right. Then it says we can say everyone or everybody and no one or nobody. This is clear. We don't usually use double negative. All right. Now this rule is one of the funny rules because in real life or in everyday English, many natives use double negatives, especially in the US. I didn't see no one. So grammatically, it's not correct, of course, but they still use it sometimes. Anyways, we use plural with both. Both of my sisters have cars. We use singular forms with neither. Neither of them likes cars. Okay. This is, I think, a bit interesting. Of course, we answered, or I think we understand the difference between both and neither. But grammatically, if you're using both, you're using the plural. You're using they, right? So it says here, both of my cars have, both of my sisters have cars. So because you have two sisters, you're talking about a plural, of course. So you'll have to use the plural. You need to use the plural form. You need to use the plural form, right?
Yeah.
But if you're using neither, you have to use a singular form. Neither of them likes driving. So you're treating the word neither like a single. Do you get the idea?
You cannot treat it as the same as both.
Yes, exactly. Yes, that's the point. Grammatically, they're speaking grammatically. Don't use it like a plural. Use neither like a singular. This is the idea. Okay, so there's nothing new, like you said. So let's go back. Let's see our exercise. All right, now in the next exercise here, I think there's listening in this one. All right, before we do the listening, it says here, make these sentences into negative. I think we can zoom a little bit. Make them into negative. There is sometimes more than one possible answer. Okay, so it's just a negative exercise. And you can see here that there's a mix of grammatical tenses. All right, so the first one, I often visit my grandmother. You can say, I don't often visit my grandmother. Or if we want to change the adverb of frequency and use another one, the opposite, what can we say? I
usually visit my grandmother. I don't usually.
But here, we want to work with this example. And the problem is we want the negative of often. But if you say usually, you're giving us different information. Because usually is higher than often.
You want the negative form of often.
Exactly, yes.
Okay. I rarely visit my grandmother.
That's correct. So this is the second way we can do the sentence. So you can say, I don't often, or you can just say, I rarely. I rarely, or I hardly ever. Both are correct. I hardly ever, I rarely visit my grandmother. Okay. What about number 2? How can you make it into a negative?
Everyone in my family likes tennis. No one in my family likes tennis.
Correct. What about number 3?
My mom's lost her mobile. My mom's has. Yeah, my mom has lost her
Now
mobile.
we want to make it into negative.
My mom hasn't
Okay.
lost her mobile.
Correct.
I think I will buy a new phones. I think I won't buy a new phones.
Okay.
A new phone. There's a doctor in the village. There's not any doctor in the village.
There's a doctor in the village. There's not
any.
There's not any. There. Can we say there's not any?
Because they say a doctor, so there's not any.
But can we use any for singular?
Anyone, when you say anyone, is it singular?
But for example, how do we normally use any?
You mean with the non-living things?
No, that's not the question. It's about countable and uncountable, singular and plural. This is so I'm asking, when do we use or how do we use any? For example, if I say there aren't any shops around here, there aren't any shops, right? Or if it's a question, are there any shops around here? So how did I use any in these two examples?
With the plural.
Correct. But if I want to change this question into negative, if I want to say, instead of saying are there any shops around here, if I want to make this a singular question, what do I say?
There aren't. Singular.
Yeah. So let me write the question here. So my question is, are there any shops around here? This is the question.
Yeah. You want it in singular?
Yeah, I want it in singular.
Is there?
Okay.
Is there? Yeah, you can say any. Is there any shops? Shop? I don't know. I don't know if that's right, but is there any shop? Yeah, is there any shop? You can't say shops.
Okay.
Isn't right?
I'm not sure. We can of course, we're going to listen to them so we can confirm our answer. So it doesn't matter. Even if something is not right, it's not important.
Okay. All
right. So let's go back to your point here. So you were saying my mom hasn't lost her. So what was your answer for number 5? What did you say?
There is not any doctor in the village.
Okay. What about number 6?
All of my friends have got cars. None of my friends have got car. Have got a car.
I've got a car.
Yeah.
All right.
Both of my brothers like cooking. Okay. Neither of my brothers like cooking.
Okay.
There's some milk in the fridge. There is not any milk in the fridge.
There
is not any milk in the fridge.
Okay. So let's listen to all these answers. Let me write your first answer. Everyone in my, what did you write for the tennis example?
In my family likes tennis. No one in my family likes tennis.
So no one in my family likes tennis.
Tennis. Mm.
Okay. Let's fix this. Okay. For the mobile example, what did you use?
My mom has not lost her mobile.
So my mom hasn't lost her mobile. And this one, what was your answer?
I think I'll buy a new phone. I think I won't buy a new phone.
All right. I think I won't buy. I won't buy a new phone. Okay, so these were our answers. And even the first one, we had another different way, right? When we said I rarely
visit my grandmother.
Uh-huh. Let's make this a capital I. All right, good. Now, let's go to the recording, CD1, track 3. Let's listen to CD1, track 3. Where is it? So here we have CD1, track 3. Let's listen.
Track 3. I don't often visit my grandmother. No one in my family likes tennis. My mum hasn't lost her mobile. I don't think I'll buy a new phone. There's no doctor in the village. None of my friends have got cars. Neither of my brothers likes cooking. There's no milk in the fridge.
Yeah. For number 8, there is no milk. Not any milk. There's no milk. Okay. Number 7 is.
But by the way, you can say, if you want to use any here, you can, because milk is uncountable. So you can say there isn't any milk.
Yeah.
There isn't any milk. It would be okay. It would be correct. There isn't any milk. Mm-hmm. Or there's no milk.
There's no milk in the fridge, okay? Number 7, you think it was right?
Neither of my brothers like, but is it like or is it likes? Let's hear it again. Let me play it again, okay? So we can confirm our answers, and I'll stop after each one.
Track 3. I don't often visit my grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
No one in my family likes tennis.
So number 2 is correct. No one in my family likes tennis. It's clear.
My mum hasn't lost her mobile.
This is also correct. Number 3.
Also correct.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll buy a new phone.
So this one is different.
Yeah.
I don't think
I've noticed that it was different, yeah.
Yeah, let's write it. I don't think I'll
buy a phone.
A new phone. Okay.
There's no doctor in the village.
Also,
Yeah, it's different. Also.
there's no doctor in the village. 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 And let's see the next one.
None of my friends have got cars.
None of my friends have got
Cars.
cars. And you used a car. None of my friends. So we shouldn't change the item they're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's plural, we should leave it plural. None of my friends have cars.
Neither of my brothers likes cooking.
Like, not likes.
Let's see.
Likes cooking. Neither of my brothers likes cooking.
Is it like or likes?
I heard it like, not likes.
Neither of my brothers likes cooking.
Brothers likes, or brothers like.
It's actually likes, she said. Neither of my brothers likes cooking. Neither of my brothers like cooking. But I think, by the way, I'm going to check this one. I think it's an optional S. Because here, if we're going to, if you're taking the neither, if you're taking the neither, you have to say likes. But if you're taking the brothers, you should use like.
Like.
But according to the rule, we should use like. If you remember the rule we just checked earlier in the summary, you remember?
Yeah.
So because it says that neither or neither, it takes the singular form. Do you get the idea?
Yeah. Neither or neither. Yeah.
Yeah. So
neither
you need
my
to,
brothers like, yeah.
No, I mean neither likes. Neither of my brother likes. Because when you say neither of my brother likes, it means you're speaking about each one of them on their own. That's why we have to use the S, the singular form. So if you say neither of my brother likes cooking, it means Muhammad doesn't like cooking, Ahmed doesn't like cooking. Neither of them likes cooking. Neither of them likes cooking. So it's an S in this example. I think this is an interesting exercise because you can see with a few changes, we've made the sentences a little more complicated. Also, if you've noticed number 4, so there's a difference between saying I think I won't buy and I don't think I'll buy. What do you think the difference is?
I add the negative to the will, but I should negative the verb think.
Correct, but do you think there's a difference in meaning?
Yeah, I don't think it's different from I won't buy, because I won't buy, I haven't the intention to buy a new phone, but I don't think I feel it's different, but I don't know how to say it in English. But
Okay, try to say it in English.
when you say, I don't think that I will do anything, that means that you don't think about it completely. or it's but when you say I won't do something, I don't know.
Okay, but normally when in English, when we use I don't think so, when you say I don't think so, or for example, I don't think, when you say, let's say you're talking about, let's say you have a wedding tomorrow, okay? And your cousin or your sister or someone is asking you, are you going tomorrow? Are you coming to the wedding? And you say, I don't think I'll go tomorrow. I don't think I'll go. Right? What's the difference between saying, I don't think I'll go, and between saying, I think I won't go?
I know that there's a difference, but I don't know how to say it in English, or even in Arabic. I'm not sure.
To be honest, I'm not sure either, but this is what I think. I'll tell you what I think. I think when you say, I don't think I'll buy a new phone, maybe this is a decision you've made, you've already made this decision. I don't think it's more of an sort of an opinion of yours. It's something sort of fixed, because you have a new phone already. So when you say, I don't think I'll buy a new phone, because you're happy with the phone you have. I don't think I'll. It's the decision has been made, and there's no change in the decision. This is how it feels to me. But if you say, I think I won't buy a new phone, it means maybe the plan, you were going to buy it, but then something happened that wasn't planned and it changed your mind. So maybe it's like this. So you say, I think I won't buy a phone. I'm just going to stay with mine now. This is because you know why I think so? Because generally speaking, the will for future is usually when you make a sudden decision that wasn't planned, right? So this is how we use will. If someone calls you, oh, Mohammed called me. Okay, I'll call him back. You didn't expect him to call you, so now you're going to call him back.
It's sudden plan, yeah.
Maybe it's a sudden plan, maybe. But all right, so this is an interesting exercise. But I'm going to check the neither point, because according to what I remember, because if we're using the rule in the book, you have to use the singular form, likes, if we're going to stick with the rule in the book. But I think there's an exception in this example, and I'll check this and I'll tell you about it later.
Okay.
Interesting point, I think. All right, so now we can move on. So it says here, let's just clean the page. All right, so clean the mess. So the next exercise, what does it say? Come on. Where is it?
What?
Okay, here it is. I'm just looking for it. Okay. So the next exercise, write 4 sentences about things you like and 4 sentences about things you don't like. Use phrases from number 1. I think we sort of did this exercise in the beginning. The same thing. There isn't much new to add, I think. Find one student in the class who agrees with each of your sentences. Ask follow-up questions, blah, blah, blah. Nah, I don't think we need to do this one. I really enjoyed watching really enjoy watching, not enjoyed. Okay, okay, so we can skip this. All right, now our next lesson here. By the way, I sent you but it's not, did you see the workbook? It's not the regular workbook that, it's not like this one. I don't know if you've noticed. It's sort of photocopied.
Yeah.
Not photocopied.
Yeah, that's enough, because I tried to buy one yesterday, but I didn't find, at first I didn't go to Risala library.
Yeah.
And instead of it, I went to Dar al-Hikmah, so I found just an authentic copy. It's just a copy. Okay, and for pre-intermediate. After long discussion, we found that it's for pre-intermediate. So I didn't have enough time to go to the risala, but I will do, inshallah, next week. I'll try to find hard copy because I like copy.
And also, not only risala, also Office 1. Do you know Office 1 in Hainan?
No.
Do you know the Mozart in Hainan?
Yeah.
There's right in front of Mozart in Hainan, there's a bookstore. Not bookstore, it's more of, you know, like stationery, but they have books too.
What was the name?
Office 1. Office 1.
Office 1.
Yes.
Opposite to
Mozart. Yeah.
That's gonna be great because Ala working there.
Good.
So it's gonna be very close to.
Yeah, so you can ask him to check it for you.
His work site. Yeah.
Yeah, check if it's
because
available.
Dahra is going to Dahra is terrific.
Yeah, it's horrible. Yes, because of the traffic. Yeah. So that one they might have it because the guy who brings the Cambridge books, he's a friend of mine, and when I asked him once about the books, he said, I supply Risala and I supply Office 1, and there's another place he mentioned, but I think they're out of stock now. But Risala and Office 1 for sure you should find books there.
Okay, that's good. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so now we have a little bit of vocab. We have some vocabulary. We're going to talk a little bit about feelings and some prepositions with adjectives. Okay, so so this should be interesting. Join the club. Join the club. What do you think this expression means in English when someone says join the club?
Join the club.
Do you think do they mean it literally, or do you think maybe this is an idiom or an expression?
It's idiom.
Okay. What do you think it means, this idiom? What do you think it means?
For example, when there's a group doing something, especially something learning English, speaking with English, or another activity, they say join the club, they mean come with us or interact with us or join us.
Okay, but this way, the way you explained it, it's not idiomatic anymore. You explained it in a literal way, right? Okay. I mean, you explained it literally. This is what it means literally, if we think of it as word by word.
I have noted, but this is what.
Okay.
This is how I understood this word. So.
Yeah, but it has another idiomatic meaning, and I think we're going to see it. I don't want to just tell you what it is. I think we're going to meet up with this idiomatic meaning.
Okay.
Maybe it's not mentioned here, but usually they use it, natives, the way they use this expression. They say, for example, let's say you're complaining about something, okay? And you say, I hate, for example, my neighbors. They're always banging on the wall. They're so noisy. It's so annoying. I don't know what to do. And then your friend says, join the club. So what do you think your friend means when she says join the club? Do you think she has a similar problem? Maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
Actually, this is the idiomatic way they use this expression sometimes. So if you're complaining about something, it's usually with a complaint. And one of your friends says, join the club. It means I've been having this problem for a long time. So welcome. Now you can join the club who have this same problem. You get the idea. So it means all of us now have this problem of loud neighbors. Join the club. It's like tell me about it. This is another way of saying it. Tell me about it. It means yes, I have this problem. So you've just told the person, and then he says, tell me about it. You might think, okay, I just told you. Why do you want me to tell you again? But that's not the meaning. It's idiomatic. It means yes, I have your same problem.
Yeah.
All right. So, but here we're going to actually talk about clubs, real clubs, like I don't know, book club, drama club. So we're going to talk a little bit about other kinds of clubs. Anyways, let's start from the beginning. So here we have a little box of vocabulary. So it says here, which of these adjectives do you know? Do they describe positive or negative feelings? Then check new words. All right, so I don't think any of them is new, but okay, you can read them and let's see if any of these are new to you.
Relaxed, nervous, pleased, embarrassed, angry, annoyed, fed up, disappointed, stressed, calm, upset, scared, satisfied, confused, shocked, glad, concerned, depressed. Yeah, I know all of them.
All right, good. How would you explain the word concerned? In English, not Arabic, of course. How would you explain it?
Concerned, worry.
Correct.
And sometimes, or you're concerned, interest, or not really interest, but when you're concerned about something, you worry about it.
Yeah, I think that's true. Okay, so good. Since we know what these means, what these mean, I think we can move on. So it says here, choose 6 adjectives for number 1A. Make notes on the last time you felt like this. All right, or let's choose a random 6. Choose any of these 6 adjectives and just give us an example. Tell us when you last felt this way. And you can use a sentence similar to this one. You can say, I felt quite stressed last week because I had to go for a job interview. So you can change stressed and you can talk about another situation.
I felt quite relaxed last Tuesday because I went to the beach.
All right. I felt quite relaxed last Tuesday because I went to the beach. That's good. Okay. So you used one positive. Let's divide them. Let's use 3 positive adjectives and 3 negative ones. So, okay, you used one which is positive. You have another 2 which are positive.
I felt quite glad last week because I saw my cousin.
All right, that's good. Okay, another positive one.
I felt quite pleased when I knew that my brother survived.
Okay. Okay. What about, those are 3 positive ones. What about negative ones? If you want to use negative ones.
Okay. I felt quite embarrassed yesterday because I had to speak in English.
Okay.
Yesterday, I felt quite annoyed because there were lots of children in my room.
Okay. And the last one?
The last one, I felt quite confused when I had to express something complicated in science.
Express or explain?
Explain, yeah.
Okay, that's also good. So here it's these are just some adjectives, and you can see that there's more detail here, right? What do you think is the difference between calm and relaxed?
Calm related to quietness. Quietness and comfort. Yeah, both of them related to comfort, but calm to relax, when you get rest, when you get relax. When you leave all your problems and issues behind you, you got relax.
Okay.
When you got calm, so you have rest and quietness, and you don't have to worry about anything.
Okay, I think I sort of agree with what you said. Let's see if there are any additions to this, if they have any extra meanings for us. Maybe there are any different meanings here. I don't think there is, but we can check. It should be in 128. We checked this.
128.
This is 128. Maybe not this one. 129, was it? Strange. Let's check which page. Maybe I'm mistaken. So 127. Okay, my mistake. So we need 127. This is 127. Okay, let's see if there are any additions. Okay, so here we have a few definitions. Okay, so we can read the definitions and let's see. So relaxed, I think relaxed is just what you said, right? You see, you aren't worried about anything. So this is what you said, I think, to leave everything.
I can't see the whole page.
Can you see it now?
No.
Can you see relaxed?
Beneath your the relaxed.
All right, I think I can change this. Just a second.
No, it's beneath.
Oops, it disappeared now, right?
Yeah, that disappeared.
Okay, now.
Yeah, it's clear now.
All right. So relaxed is just what you said, right? You're happy because you're not worried. You aren't worried about anything. And if you go back to calm, it's relaxed plus peaceful.
Peaceful, yeah.
All right.
Relaxation plus quietness and peaceful.
The rest I think are clear. Let's see the difference between pleased and glad, because they're also close. So pleased is when you're happy and satisfied. And
glad
glad,
you're just happy and
you're happy and pleased. And satisfied, you're pleased because something has happened in the way that you want. So they're almost all synonyms. The three of them, glad, pleased, and satisfied, are in a way synonyms. So there isn't much new information here. I think there isn't much new stuff. We can go back. All right, so let's go back. All right, so now since we are familiar with these adjectives, we use them in examples, I think we can move on. It says in number 2 here, where can you pairs answer these questions? All right, so the first one, have you ever, maybe if not you, maybe even people you know, so it doesn't have to be about you, okay? Have you or anyone you know ever been a member of a club? Have you ever been a member of a club? Maybe book club, swimming club, science club, any of these kind of clubs, sports club. Have you ever been a member?
Yeah, I tried to join a book club.
Okay.
On the internet, but it doesn't work.
Okay, it didn't work.
Yeah, it didn't work.
Why not? Tell us about it.
Because I imagine that there will be a lot of good readers, and we will read, for example, same book, and we will exchange our opinions about it. But I found it was just a title for a ordinary Facebook club or Facebook page, because there's just the administrator who read his favorite or her favorite book and just give us her or his opinion about that book without any subscription or participation.
Yeah, I see.
It wasn't really good idea.
But so it was an online book club. It wasn't like a book club in person, or was it in person?
I'm not really sure.
I mean, this book club you're talking about, was it an online book club on Facebook?
It was, yeah, a page on Facebook, and you can participate in it, but and it was linked to I don't know how to say, course center, إيضاح course center. Yeah, but it wasn't as they said or announced.
So it was different from what they promised it to be.
Yeah.
And what about the books? Were they famous books, Arabic books, English books, mixed books? How was it?
In the first place, I didn't follow this page for a long time, but as I remember, it was an English box, and it was maybe novels, and I can't remember. It was a really famous box or well known. No. Or maybe I just don't know the book, so I can't say if it was well known or not, but I think if it was, or maybe I'm not interested in novels, so I don't know.
All right, okay. And what about here, the second question? It's asking what kinds of clubs are popular in your school, university or city, or maybe in our country. What kind of clubs are popular here in Libya?
I'm not sure if there's any clubs in Libya. So maybe sport clubs?
Maybe.
Yeah, just sport clubs. I haven't ever heard about another kind of clubs.
So you don't think there are any, for example, book clubs in Libya? Do you think maybe there are? I mean, not online, but in real person, I mean.
I haven't heard about anything like this, so I can't say certainly if there is or there's not a book club. So,
but what do you think people do, for example, even if we had these kind of clubs, book clubs, chess clubs, these kind of clubs, what do you think people do in them usually?
Interact with each other, exchange experience, learn from each other, and have fun.
Okay, makes sense. I think that's what usually happens, yes. Okay, the third question, it says, what are the disadvantages and the advantages of being in a club? What do you think the good things are, the bad things, pros and cons of being in a club, in your opinion?
Okay, well, for example, if there is when you join, for example, let's say English club, okay, or English speaker club. You will have chat with each other and improve your English language as a second English learner, as a second language, and exchange and try to fix the problems that you usually face in this area or at this area of learning.
Okay, so these are some of the advantages.
Yeah.
Do you think there are any disadvantages, maybe? Do you think there are any?
Disadvantages, okay. Maybe being with different kinds of people with different ways of thinking, and you're trying to deal with them to get the benefit. If you don't deal with them, you don't have a choice to say, oh, I will choose that one and I won't deal with that. But the first time you have to deal with a group to make the most out of the idea of the club.
But do you think it's a disadvantage? Do you think it's a bad thing, dealing with people of different characters and personalities? Do you think this is
no? I mean, no. It's not. That's not the idea. That's not the point. Is dealing with different people is disadvantage. Disadvantage is different ways they are thinking maybe doesn't match with yours. So when you have to deal with a group of people that you don't like to deal with, or is not your favorite kind of people, you would be kind of I'm pleased.
So you're trying to say maybe in a club you'll be forced to deal with people you don't like very much, maybe.
That's the idea. Yeah.
Okay. It kind of makes sense. Okay, before we listen, let me just very quickly turn off the inverter because my electricity is back. So just a second. Stay online, okay? I'm just going to very quickly switch it and be back.
Okay.
Okay. So we can do the listening track now, and let's listen. But before we listen, we're going to hear a nice conversation between 4 friends, okay? So we have Sally, Eric, Alice, and Peter. And these 4 friends, it looks like they are going to talk about 4 different clubs, okay? So put these clubs in order, in the order they talk about them, and what do people do in each club. So we have 2 parts of the question. The first one is just to put the order, which one do they talk about first, second, third, fourth, and then we'll decide what do people do in these different clubs, okay? So this is basically the question. So let's go to the listening track. Are you there, Noha?
Yeah.
Hello?
I hear you. Hello? I can hear you.
Hello? Are you there?
Yeah. Hello?
Hello? Noha?
I can hear you.
Sorry. I didn't. Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, because I had the earphones plugged. Okay, so now, all right, let me increase the volume. Okay, good. So let's listen to this track.
Track 3.
No, not 3. No, we want 4.
Track 4.
Oh, sorry I'm late. Did you get my text?
Hi, Sally. Yes, I've ordered you the vegetarian pizza.
Great, thanks a lot.
Were you working late?
No, I go to a drama club on Mondays.
I didn't know you've joined a drama club.
I only joined a few weeks ago, but I'm really enjoying it.
So, what do you do exactly?
Well, first we choose a play, then 3 months later we put it on at the local theatre. We don't get paid or anything, it's just for fun.
And what play are you working on at the moment?
It's a comedy called The Best Years of Our Lives. It's very funny. I play a confused old lady who's fed up with her husband.
Well, that shouldn't be too difficult.
Hey!
I'd love to come and see you on stage.
Yeah, me too.
I'm not sure about that. I'd feel very nervous if I knew you were all watching me. Anyway, how's your book club going, Eric?
Oh, it's going very well, thanks.
So, what do you do in your book club?
Well, every month someone chooses a book and we all read it. Then we meet up a month later at someone's house and talk about what we thought of the book.
With lots of food and drink, probably.
Yes, of course. That's the best bit.
Do you always read the books?
Yes. Well, I try to, but I don't always finish them. Sometimes I just read the last page to see what happened in the end.
Well, my brother runs an animation club, which is quite interesting.
What's that about?
It's for people who like making animated films. You know, short cartoons, things you might see on YouTube.
Are you a member?
No, but I've been to a couple of meetings. They're great fun. People watch each other's films and then talk about how they made them.
You're interested in that sort of thing, aren't you, Eric?
Yes, I do some animation on my laptop. Maybe I should go sometime.
Sure, I'll let you know when the next meeting is.
Great, thanks.
Well, I've just joined a glee club.
What's a glee club?
Basically, it's a club for people who like singing and dancing. We choose some songs and then learn the words and dance steps. And at the end of the year, we're going to put on a performance for charity.
Oh, are you any good?
Well, I'm okay at singing, but I'm not the best dancer in the world. They always put me near the back.
Well, go on. Give us a song then.
No, I couldn't sing here. I'd be too embarrassed. Oh, look, here comes the food.
That was lucky.
Okay.
Okay.
So now our first job is just to put them in order, okay? So what's the first
Yeah.
one they talked about?
Drama club.
Number 2.
Book club.
Okay. Third one.
Animation club.
And the last one?
Glee club.
Okay. And what was the Glee Club exactly? How did she describe it, the girl?
Glee club. Club were a group of people singing and dancing and perform something like this.
That's right. This is a Glee Club. All right. So sadly we're out of time, but next time we can finish what's left of this exercise and try to do all the parts. But but for now, I think we just need to check. I'll check the neither question, if we can put it in the singular and if we can put it in the plural. I'll check that. And I think that's all. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have any questions? You can ask me any question you have if you have questions.
No, thank you. Thank you. Everything here.
Yeah. Okay. You're welcome. And just remind Hind to catch up on her lectures. That's all. Her classes. I mean, she can find them on YouTube. The last one from yesterday is uploaded, so she can watch anything she missed. And just recommend.
Do you have a channel on YouTube?
Yes, I'll send you the link. Yes.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's because the lectures, most of these are recorded because some students can't show up, and some students, especially the ones who are not in Tripoli, they have a problem sometimes signing in online. So I just record them and I post them. This way they can see the lectures they missed, the classes they missed.
Okay.
All right, so I'll just send you a link of this and let me know when you buy the books, okay?
Okay.
All right then, so have a nice day and I'll see you next time.
You too. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye.